Andrew, tell us a bit about yourself. You've been in the real estate business for a fair while now.
Yes, 17 years in fact. So I was born and bred on the central coast of New South Wales. So I am located directly between Sydney and Newcastle on the east coast. Lovely sleepy town called Charmhaven.
Now, Charmhaven, tell me about this, because the name, I just want to move there straight away.
Well, it's a small little town. It's quiet. We do have the Pacific Highway, which runs past, and the M1 freeway. But because of its proximity to Sydney, it's getting a lot of popularity because it's affordable. So the median price in our area is still sitting around about the $500,000 for a house, and being only an hour and a half north of Sydney to commute by train, it's quite affordable.
Right. How have you seen the area develop over the past few years?
It's changed a lot, really. When it first started, it was a coastal town, I guess. Like how most of those areas kind of start off, people move there for lifestyle. And then as Sydney's been pushed out, we've seen a lot of new housing estates spring up over the time. Rezoning changes. We're in a swinging electorate as well, so state and federal seats swing quite a lot. So now we're getting a lot of different things, so hospital upgrades, freeway upgrades, train upgrades, as well as other infrastructure that's coming, better schools and things like that as well.
So more people, more sales.
Yes.
What do you think it takes to be a great agent?
I think you've got to be a good listener. I think that's number one. And the other thing after that is you've just got to work really hard and have your clients' interests at heart. Real estate isn't a short-term industry. I've been doing this 17 years now, and one of the things that I note from all the people when you come to places like this at AREC is the really good performers who've been in it a long time. They look a long time into the future. So they're not transactional, they're relationship. And there's been properties now in my local area, which I've now sold 6 and 7 times over and over again to the different clients as they sell through and upgrade or downgrade. And also families, they might come in as a first home buyer. Next thing you know, they've got a couple of kids and they upgrade, and then they move on to acreage or lifestyle properties. So I guess the big thing is being a good listener and being in it for the long haul and having your client's interest at heart.
How do you market your properties in Charmhaven? Is there a local paper?
We've got all the different mediums at our disposal, I guess, but the ones we tend to rely on, we have a local real estate paper, which is a lift out in the Central Coast Express. That's a colour lift out. So we rely on that. That's a weekly newspaper. If we have a really great lifestyle property like a waterfront or beachfront or beautiful acreage, we'll take that property to the Wentworth Courier into Sydney, which is another great paper. Obviously, realestate.com, the mobile apps and internet apps from that are probably the leading ones, I guess, for probably 80% of our traffic now coming off of those web portals, because we have so many people moving from Sydney that don't pick up the local paper, but you still have local market moving in and moving out. So I think you've got to be everywhere, but they're probably the two main ones.
It's a case of almost widening that net by using print and digital, isn't it? Because the one buyer for that property may look online but not pick up the paper, or vice versa. Hence, it's more powerful to market through both than in isolation.
It depends also on the trends. So right now we're seeing a lot of first home buyers in our area, and we're seeing that almost every first home buyer has a parent as a guarantor. So parents, being baby boomers, will flick through the paper, spot the property, call up the kids and say, have you seen this one? What's the address? And they Google it, find it online. So I think you've got to be online and offline at the same time. What I always say to my clients is if you want 100% of the price, you've got to go to 100% of the market. So whilst a lot of your traffic will come online, it might be the offline in the newspaper or the signboard or the letterbox shop, which might actually find the real buyer. So you have to be as many places as you can.
That's a terrific point, using demographic spread and that connection. Yeah. You know, when you said first home buyer, I thought you were going to say, well, everyone's on their mobile, but you're right, it's the parents that are forking out the cash to get them in.
Well, the loans are becoming really, really hard to get now. So when money gets tight, banks are looking for more security. So they can't get it if you've got nothing, so they go to the parents to go guarantor. So it's changing everything right now as we speak.
And the parents are the ones with the Sunday paper and the coffee and the bacon and eggs.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, spot on.
Really successful in Charmhaven. What are the goals for the next? Let's look beyond 12 months and beyond.
Yeah, I think at the moment in our area we're seeing a settling of the real estate market. We really do rise and fall off the back of Sydney. So Sydney has been dropping over the last 2 years. Currently it's probably in another price slide depending on who you talk to. But with Sydney's confidence dropping, then the people moving from Sydney drop off a little bit because they don't have as much need to move because property becomes more affordable. So for us at the moment we are seeing a lot more local people trading up, trading in, a lot more local investors putting their money where their mouth is, I guess, and supporting the local area. So for us, the next 12 months are really going to be based on Sydney. We do have first home buyers. We still do have investors popping into the area, but it's really more and more becoming a local market now as opposed to the investors or sea changes, which we have seen for the last 2 or 3 years.
So I think I'm going to talk to the Sky News real estate producers because I love the idea of Charm Haven. I've got tropical trees and beaches and cocktails happening. So yes. I'll have a word to the team in Sydney.
Yes.
And we might come out and visit you.
Well, it'd be lovely to see you guys.
All right, we'll cover an auction or something.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.